situation.
In 1994, Appalachian State won the battle but lost the war. The Mountaineers defeated the Thundering Herd, but Marshall won the Southern Conference title. Tonight, the second-ranked Mountaineers and third-ranked Thundering Herd do battle at Marshall Stadium. Get set for action next.
Welcome live to Marshall University Stadium, Huntington, West Virginia. Tonight, an NCAA Division I AA Southern Conference showdown. Number 2, Appalachian State going head-to-head with third-ranked Marshall. So much on the line. Hi, everybody. Mike Tilley along with Sonny Randall. Glad you could join us. We're privileged to be here with you as Appalachian State perfect on the year. Marshall is unbeaten in the Southern Conference, and they go head-to-head here tonight in Huntington. And, Sonny, there has been a lot of talk, a lot of focus about this game, but I've been waiting all week to find out what you have to say about it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. Folks will not be disappointed. Certainly one of the two best teams in all 1AA football, playing for most likely the Southern Conference Championship and a top seed in the 1AA playoffs. It's going to be a dynamite football game between two super fine football teams.
Let's look at the Budweiser keys to the game, focus on strategy for a moment, and let's begin with Appalachian State.
Well, for the Apps, they cannot let Marshall control the clock. If they control the clock, they control the football game. They want some 3-and-outs. They will pressure the freshman quarterback, and that youngster is going to see blitzes and things tonight he's never seen before in his whole lifetime. Marshall has got to be able to pick them up. As far as Marshall, they've got to be able to block an 8-man front. Appalachian's going to say to him, if you can throw the football and beat us, fine. But it's not going to happen. Stop the Apps running game. If Appalachian can run the football here tonight, they control the game. They want App to put the ball up.
Marshall has lost just one regular season game here at Marshall University Stadium since it opened in 1991. And that team that beat them was Appalachian State. An intense matchup coming up. Thundering Herd football is brought to you in part by the Ashland family of companies. Bank One, Bud Light, Cabell Huntington Hospital, CM Love and Company, Foodland, Go-Mart, Sports South Network, Toyota, and Tri-State Greyhound Park. Let's head down to the sideline and check in with Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Hey, Mike, good to speak with you and Sonny again. A cold night here in Huntington, but it's not wet, so that shouldn't affect play very much. The wind is swirling here at Marshall Stadium. Earlier, Marshall was practicing and kicking that way. The wind was definitely affecting Tim Opalander's kicks and Chris Hansen's punts. If it kicks up again, that may be a factor. You guys have a good call up in the booth tonight.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much. Appalachian State has won 3 of the past 4 games with Marshall, holding a 13-6 series lead. As you look over on the sideline for Appalachian State, you'll be checking out the coaching staff, which is led by Jerry Moore in his 7th year with a 49-28 record. Southern Conference Coach of the Year in 1991 and last year, 1994. And, of course, Coach Donnan in his 6th season. The 1992 1AA National Coach of the Year.
2 of the best coaches, 2 of the best teams in all 1AA football about to get it on.
Appalachian State won the coin toss but deferred, and so Marshall will go first. Thomas in the end zone will not return it. Marshall's quarterback, number 10, Chad Pennington, a true freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee, 4th college start here tonight. He's completing 66% of his passes, leading the Herd offense, which is averaging 39 points a game, over 430 yards of total offense each night. He will be a key to this successful Marshall attack.
Look for the Apps to test him early. I promise you, he's going to see everything they've ever put in the playbook.
There's Chris Parker. All everything really in the Southern Conference, and he's averaging 114 yards a game. On 1st down and 10, Pennington will throw.
Ball's tipped.
And it is the 41-yard line.
No, sir, they're going to say it hit the ground.
Now incomplete. You're exactly right, Sonny. Todd there, number 22, almost came up with it, but they ruled that it hit the turf first, so it's incomplete.
Looked like for a split second, Mike, you were exactly right. He did catch the ball. Then I watched the officials, and he said it hit the turf.
There's a look at Pennington. So Marshall comes out throwing on first down. Just underway at Marshall University Stadium in Huntington, West Virginia. Marshall going offensively first. Pennington in that right beside Parker in the shotgun formation. Parker gets the call. 25, 30, 35, up to the 39-yard line. Clarence Sutton makes the tackle, but not before Parker gains 19 yards.
Another look. Just a draw from the shotgun formation. The Apps come on a blitz. There's nobody there. Somebody in the secondary has to make the stop. Clarence Sutton coming out of the secondary to make the stop for the Apps, but not before the chains move.
There's a look at Parker. 112 rushes this season. He's averaging about 114 yards a game, and he last week became the Southern Conference's all-time rusher. Pennington's pass complete to Carter, and he's out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A gain of 6 on first down.
The exact same action. You fake the draw to Parker. You squat the linebackers. They throw a screen out. Ricky Carter, the youngster that comes up with the ball. Tom Perry makes a stop for the Apps.
Appalachian State's defense allowing just 21 points a game. Junior linebacker Dexter Coakley, number 32. He's averaging 13 tackles a game. Last year's Southern Conference Defensive Player of the Year. And Parker again with the carry across midfield to the 45. First down, Marshall.
The tackle is made by Marvin Hodge.
Marvin Hodge makes a stop for the Apps, but not before the chains move again. Another look. The Apps come on a blitz. They're able to pick up the blitz. He hits the seam, and he's in the secondary. Marvin Hodge makes the stop.
First down 10 from the 46-yard line. Just underway in the first quarter.
Draw.
Thomas gets the call across the 45 and up to the 41-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down.
Again, those fresh legs. Dexter Coakley. They had to make the stop. Coakley, one of the best 1AA football players in the country. One of the best linebackers I've ever seen play the game.
There's Thomas, the junior out of Largo, Maryland. He's got 6 touchdowns for Coach Donan's team. Coach Donan 2-4 against Appalachian State.
Coach Moore looks on, got to be a little bit concerned. Marshall has to call a timeout. They're not quite straight what they want to do offensively. They burn a timeout.
Marshall has taken the timeout with 13:25 to go in the first quarter. And with timeout on the field, no score, but Marshall driving down the field. We'll be back in a moment. A sellout crowd of close to 30,000 expected here tonight, but for the game between Marshall and Appalachian State. And following the Thundering Herd timeout, it's first down, actually second down and 5. Pennington there, no room at all. Parker caught right at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up third down and 5. And excellent defensive effort by Appalachian State.
Sean Elliott makes a stop for the Apps. Marshall showing a whole lot more from the shotgun tonight. East Tennessee State had an awful lot of success against the Apps game before last from the gun. This way, the youngster's set at quarterback, and he gets a little bit longer to look at that defense.
Pennington, the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, facing third down and 5. Wants to throw. Pressure from the middle, and he dumps it off incomplete. It was intended for Mark Wicks, number 2. But on the incomplete pass, it'll bring up fourth down 5.
Excellent coverage. Pennington did not have anywhere to go with the football. Both outside receivers were doubled. He did what a good quarterback will do. He just pulled it down.
Marshall moves at 39 yards on the first series of the game, but will have to punt now. Prince Hansen averaging 38 yards a punt. Coleman back to receive it, lets it bounce at the 20, and Marshall will down it at the 19.
He got a flag down.
A penalty marker is
Flag
down.
across the way. Let's see what the call is.
Penalty marker right at the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to go against Marshall.
The Apps will refuse it.
Tommy Giles, our head official.
Illegal procedure on the offense. Player was not set. The penalty's declined.
So Marshall will take over, or excuse me, Appalachian State will take over now at about the 19-yard line, and we'll see what this Mountaineer offensive unit can do against the #1 defense in the Southern Conference. Marshall, #2 in most all, Appalachian State #2 in most all of the Southern Conference statistical categories. Marshall is #1. There's the quarterback, #7, Scott Satterfield. He'll hand off on the first play to Scott, and he's hit right at the line, gains 2. Appalachian State senior quarterback #7, Scott Satterfield, 21st start for the North Carolina native. He's been called the best rushing quarterback ever at Appalachian State. He's actually carried the ball over 100 yards in 15 career games.
Mike, what I really like about this youngster, got excellent numbers, but boy, does he love to compete. He will get his team in the end zone any way he can.
A gain of 3 for that offensive unit. It's 2nd down 7.
Toss sweep.
Pitch goes back to Scott. He's up to the 25-yard line, a gain of 2. Damon Scott, the junior out of Cedar Grove, North Carolina, he's averaging 122 yards a game. He wears number 43, and he'll be going against this Marshall defense, which is #1 in the Southern Conference. Number 96, junior defensive end John Duncan leading the way. Duncan had 3 sacks in last week's win over Western Carolina. There's a look at that defensive secondary for Marshall.
Big 3rd down. They're on the feet at the 1AA Big House.
3rd down 4.
Option.
Satterfield pitching back. Appalachian State will have to punt.
They ran the speed option. Satterfield does an excellent job of getting rid of the football, but I'll tell you what, they stuffed it.
Let's look at it again, Sonny.
Another look. Down the line of scrimmage. Speed option. Satterfield pitches.
1 yard brings up 4th and 3.
And boy, what a stick. John Duncan. Big John Duncan. And the Apps are forced to punt it away.
So Appalachian State picks up only 7 yards on its first possession. There's a look at Tim Martin waiting back to receive the punt. Alan Gwynn averaging about 40 yards a punt.
End over end.
Martin takes it at the 25, 30, 35, and goes down there. A host of Mountaineers there to make the tackle. So again, Marshall will have pretty good field position. There's timeout on the field. 10 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score between Marshall and Appalachian State. Back in a minute. Marshall's defensive coordinator Mickey Matthews has to feel pretty good.
Certainly one of the best in all 1AA football. Mickey Matthews has got the answers, and he knows he's in for a rock'em sock'em affair here this evening.
And there's the quarterback, of course, for Appalachian State, Scott Satterfield, who tried to move that offensive unit earlier.
And he knows if they contain Scott Satterfield, they got a chance to win this football game.
1st down and 10 for Marshall from the 34-yard line. Chad Pennington at quarterback. Wiggins, the tight end, in motion. And Parker will carry on 1st down. Picks up 3 yards up to about the 38-yard line before Coakley could bring him down.
You find a football, and most likely you'll find Dexter Coakley. When you run east and west with it, I promise you Coakley will run you down. You got a chance going north and south. But don't go east and west, because you'll find 32 breathing down your neck. What a great, great football player.
Coakley was the defensive player of the week. Last week he had 21 tackles in the win over Georgia Southern. 2nd down 6.
Blitz.
Pennington wants to throw. Pressure. He gets away. 40-yard line. Actually gains 2 out of it. He almost got sacked. Hatcher there to bring him down right at the 40-yard line.
Another look. You'll see that the freshman youngster, Chad Pennington, Marshall's fine quarterback, fakes to his big tailback Parker, gets some early heat. The pressure from Elliott, nowhere to go with the football.
3rd down 4.
Blitz. Here comes a blitz.
Pennington throwing. Carter, the intended receiver. It's incomplete. Number 4, Jamie Coleman defending.
Pennington knows he's got a hot receiver. Has to go to him right away. That time it being Ricky Carter. When they come on a blitz, you get man-to-man. You've got to put the ball up.
Coleman now has moved in to receive the punt. He's inside the 20-yard line. And Coleman, by the way, averaging about 10 yards a punt return. And Chris Hansen punting. Bounces out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So Appalachian State will have pretty good field position. Timeout on the field. 8:48 to go in the first quarter. No score between number 2 and 3 in the country.
You'll never.
Marshall University Stadium was built and opened back in 1991. Since then, there have been 19 night games, and Marshall has not lost a single night game at Marshall University Stadium. 1st down and 10 for Appalachian State. The handoff to Scott. He goes down at the 33-yard line. Let's head down to the sideline, check in with Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Mike, this is a very emotional college football game. Normally you have a home side and a visitor side, right? Well, sometimes a big game like this, you got to find tickets where you can get them. Check these guys out. Appalachian State sitting right in the middle of the Marshall fans, and he's not feeling any cold weather tonight. And by the way, Sonny, he wants to come up and work with you in the second half.
I'll tell you one thing, Kenny. He's been down in Boone, North Carolina. He probably thinks this is a heat wave being here in Huntington.
Temperature supposed to be in the 40s here tonight in Huntington. 8:11 to go in the first quarter. No score. Scott hit behind the line.
Toss sweep. Jason Grayson comes from his cornerback stop. Another look. Toss sweep. It gets strung out. Jason Grayson from the corner. One-on-one tackle in the open field. And the Apps are looking at 3rd and 9.
Marshall's defense has certainly done an excellent job here in the first 7 minutes, shutting down this strong Appalachian State offense, which really has been very effective on the ground this year. Satterfield out of the shotgun formation, completes it to Lance. Lance goes down at the 29. And again, the punting unit will have to come on the field.
You're talking about a group that's aroused. They're aroused on both sides of the football. Another look from the shotgun. Satterfield takes that little extra drop, trying to run a screen. Lance, you can see he gets swarmed.
Alan Gwynn in to punt it away. The junior out of Laurinburg, North Carolina, 2nd team all-conference last year. He had 2 55-yard punts against Wake Forest in the season opener for Appalachian State.
He got all of this.
Martin at the 30, 35, 40.
Look out. Look out.
Up to the 45-yard line. An excellent return for Tim Martin.
The tackle is made by Matt Stevens.
Stevens in on the tackle.
Also on the coverage for
There's Martin, the junior, averaging about 12 yards a return.
Mike, you can see this is a rock'em sock'em affair. It's everything that was billed to be. I truly believe turnovers will determine who wins this football game.
On the season, Appalachian State +6 in that turnover margin. Marshall has been about -4 in turnover margin this year. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score between Marshall and Appalachian State.
Blitz.
The handoff to Thomas. He fights for 3 yards up to the 47-yard line. Dexter Coakley again on the tackle.
Yeah, you might get tired of saying that name, Coakley, but we're going to say it a lot. 32, I see 32, I think of Jimmy Brown. But I'll tell you what, this youngster plays defense like Jimmy Brown played offense.
And, you know, he almost came to Marshall University, Sonny. He was recruited by Marshall, but had to take his SAT on the day he was supposed to make his recruiting trip and didn't make the trip, and said later he might have played for Marshall if he'd have come in on the trip.
Apps faking blitz.
Pennington to throw. Over the middle, Carter. That's the first down. Ricky Carter picks up the first down. Coakley again brings him down.
That was not Pennington's #1 receiver. This is just a drop-off. Pretty good coverage in the Appalachian secondary. Nowhere to go with the football. Just a drop-off here to Ricky Carter. Carter does the rest in the change move.
There's a look at Ricky Carter, number 23, the senior out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Had a dislocated finger early in the season and missed the first couple of games. But he's been an important part here lately. Pennington wants to throw. Martin is there, but it's overthrown.
Too tall. Tried to get it to Tim Martin, running a deep square out route. A little bit tall. Awful lot to ask of a true freshman to play in a game as big as this one here this evening. But he doesn't act like a freshman, and he doesn't look like a freshman.
Pennington 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions this year. All 6 of those interceptions coming in the game against Tennessee Chattanooga.
Since that time, he's learned to tuck it, pull it down. He knows what to do with the football.
5 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score between Marshall and Appalachian State. Marshall again wants to throw. The intended target is Wicks, and again overthrown. 3rd down 10.
That was excellent coverage. Matt Stevens, one of the best in all 1AA football, playing the corner. I'll tell you what, he had that one covered like a blanket. He was all over Mark Wicks.
Coach Jerry Moore in his 7th season. Was a wide receiver at Baylor back in the late 50s, early 60s.
He's got that Texas background. He knows what football's all about. There's Jim Donnan, the head man of the herd.
3rd down 10 for Marshall inside Appalachian State territory. And again, shotgun formation and some movement on the line.
Well, this is going to be interesting. New rule this year. There was a defender in the neutral zone first, and then the offensive tackle moved. Yes, sir. They're going to call it on the D. A year ago, that would have been on the offense.
Dead ball foul. Defense was in the neutral zone. We got an offside.
You're in that neutral zone. They're going to call it.
So what was 3rd down and 10, Sonny, is now 3rd down and 5 for Marshall.
Believe me, that's a big, big difference. Picking up 5 instead of a 10. 10 looks like forever. Shotgun.
Pennington. Pass complete to Wiggins. 35-30 has the first down, out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Jermaine Wiggins, the sophomore from East Boston, Massachusetts, with the reception from Pennington.
6'5", 265. Pennington waits for him to clear. Hits the big tight end on a crossing route. Wiggins does the rest. You can see one won't bring him down. It takes normally a couple.
There's Wiggins. Marshall inside the 25-yard line. Parker across the 20. Parker stopped by Dexter Coakley again.
I mean, he was tattooed there by Dexter Coakley. Not a whole lot of room.
Coakley, 5'11", 205-pound junior from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Played at Fork Union Military.
Great speed and quickness. That's the thing that makes that youngster so special.
A gain of 2, so it's 2nd down and 8. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Blitz. Here comes a blitz. Pennington
dumps it off, and it's incomplete at the 10-yard line. Theron Todd, the intended receiver, couldn't hold it.
That time the Apps brought 8. Pennington had to get rid of it in a hurry. You can see he's got to unload. Almost a circus catch. Theron Todd not able to hold on.
Marshall at the 21-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. There's Chad Pennington's numbers here early. 3 of 9 passing.
One back set. The Apps cover this time.
Pennington to Carter. He's got it at the 20, but he'll maybe lose a yard, and a late penalty marker on the play.
Ricky Carter had picked up decent yardage, but then when he retreated, It actually turns into about a 1-yard loss. Let's see what the penalty's all about. Flipping. That's 15 against the green jerseys.
And that could take Marshall out of field goal range.
In the back.
Tim Oppenlander had a 42-yard field goal this year. That's his longest.
I think the Apps will have to take this penalty, as you mentioned, to take him out of field goal range. Don't think they'll leave the ball there at the 20. Yes, sir.
We got an illegal block in the back during the run by the offense. Be third down.
Now you're looking at about a 47. Another look right here. Ricky Carter doing a little juggling act. Right there. Chris Parker in the back. You want to help out, but you got to be heads up.
So now Marshall faces a 3rd down and 18. Shotgun formation again. Pennington looking to the end zone. Martin is there. Incomplete. Excellent defensive coverage by Appalachian State because Martin was open for a brief moment.
For a split second. And guess who was back there? The linebacker, Dexter Coakley. Here's another look from the shotgun. Pennington sets his feet. You can see pretty good coverage. Coakley's there. The ball is just tipped away. We're looking at a 37-yard field goal here. 47.
Tim Oppenlander in to attempt it. It's going to be his longest attempt. It's blocked. Penalty marker on the field. Coleman picks it up across midfield and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. There are 3 penalty markers on the field.
Marshall was late getting the player on the field. The youngster had to be out there for the field goal team. Was late coming out.
And it is against Marshall. It is refused.
But an illegal substitution on the offense. It's declined. White Kings ball, 1st down.
So Appalachian State gets its first break as we watch it again.
47-yard attempt.
Looked like Coleman who actually blocked it, and then he picks it up, Sonny.
It does a heck of a job blocking it and then picking the ball up. You can see he's off to the races. Ricky Hall knocks him out of bounds.
So Appalachian State now is in Marshall territory at the 42-yard line.
First time tonight that the Apps have been in herd territory.
Satterfield at quarterback, I formation on 1st down and 10. The handoff goes to Scott, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. John Duncan, Billy Lyon, Will Edwards all there to make the tackle.
Great shot of that crowd here this evening. The big house is almost full. The Apps would certainly like to take this crowd out of the game if they can early, because they know the crowd will be a factor.
Satterfield, the senior from Hillsborough, North Carolina, faces a 2nd down and 8. Option, keeps it, 35. Up to that 1st down marker. He may have a 1st down.
I mentioned earlier Scott Satterfield. Larry McLeod makes the stop, but not before Satterfield takes it very close to a 1st down. Watch him. A little whirly bird option here. Fakes to the fullback. The youngster is just a great competitor. Runs about 4'7", a blue-collar quarterback, carries his lunch pail, but gets the job done.
They're having to measure on the far sideline for the 1st down. Looks like it's enough. So Appalachian State now at the 32-yard line.
To beat Appalachian, you have got to contain Scott Satterfield. Mickey Matthews, the defensive coordinator, Marshall, knows that. Everybody that they play knows it, but they have an awful tough time coming up with the right answers for number 7.
Scott Satterfield with 33 career touchdowns. 22 of them have been on the ground. Rushing. 2:45 to play in the 1st quarter. No score. 1st down and 10 for Appalachian State. The handoff. Scott. He's stopped. Number 45, Jermaine Swafford with the tackle.
Jermaine Swafford stands tall.
David Scott is the ball carrier.
Marshall a little bit vanilla up front. Another look. Satterfield hands back. There's Swafford right there to make the stop. Damon Scott, he got a little bit of a helmet under his chin.
Remember, he averages 122 yards rushing a game. Second down 9. Satterfield this time wants to throw. Penalty marker is down. It's complete to Lance, and he will have the first down, but there's a penalty marker in the backfield.
Penalty marker is down.
Flag down. Motion against Appalachian. Pretty good execution.
Jerome Embry, Melvin Cunningham.
Aldwin Lance makes a reception, but this one's coming back.
Illegal motion on the offense. Repeat second down.
Satterfield, he boots, he sprints, he rolls, he does everything with the football. And he drives defensive coordinators absolutely crazy.
You know, Sonny, just a few moments ago, Marshall had that penalty, took them out of field goal range, really. I mean, they were attempting that 48-yard field goal, but then now Appalachian State would have been at the 20-yard line. The penalty moves them out of field goal range at this point. Second down, 14. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Satterfield wants to throw. It is caught at the 30-yard line. Great hit.
Scott Smythe. He comes out of the secondary from the safety position to make the stop.
Smythe, the junior out of West Virginia.
The ball was thrown on rhythm. Awfully hard to throw it and catch it any better. Big third down.
Kevin Burton with the reception. A gain of 2. Third down 8. Satterfield in that shotgun formation. Wants to throw. 30-yard line. Goes down at the 26. John Duncan, number 96, with the tackle.
B.J. Cohen made him flush. Duncan makes the stop. Straight drop back. Satterfield, good coverage downfield. No way to go with the football. On the scramble. As you mentioned, Duncan makes the stop for the herd.
So Appalachian State will face a 4th down 5 from the 26-yard line, and the field goal unit has come in. Jay Sutton's longest, 42 yards. This will be a 44-yard attempt. No good. No good. .21 seconds to play in the first quarter. No score between number 2 and number 3 in the country. Appalachian State 6-0 on the year. Marshall 5-1. The Thundering Herd's only loss was a season-opening loss to NC State in Raleigh. And Marshall with 81 yards of offense early. Parker on first down across the 35, 40, 45, 50. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Chris Parker again. Matt Stevens could make the tackle, and if Stevens hadn't been there, Parker would have gone all the way.
The Apps come on a blitz. Couple of missed tackles. 34 yards. Chris Parker, Matt Stevens knocks him out of bounds.
Parker had a 60-yard touchdown run, a 40-yard touchdown run against Western Carolina a week ago. He already has 77 yards rushing here in the first quarter. Parker again up to the 35-yard line, picks up 4 on first down, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. What an exciting, intense first quarter of play at Marshall University Stadium in Huntington, West Virginia. 30,000 fans on hand to see this Southern Conference showdown. No score as we head to the second quarter.
We got a rock'em sock'em affair here tonight. A look at the head man of the Thundering Herd, Jim Donnan, as his offense takes over.
Second down 6 as we start the second quarter of play. In motion is Todd to the near side of the field. Pennington at quarterback, hands off to Parker, and there's no running room this time for Chris Parker. It'll be third down and 6.
Little counter action next to Coakley, the first one to get there for the Apps.
For Coakley, this is his 31st consecutive start for Appalachian State.
3 solos and 5 assists already in this football game. When you run any kind of delay action there, I guarantee you Coakley's going to get penetration.
Appalachian State's defense allowing 200 yards passing and 100 yards rushing for those offenses this year.
Draw.
Pennington hands off to Thomas, 35 up to the 32-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Carson in on the tackle.
Little delay draw. Bringing those fresh legs in at tailback. Eric Thomas picks up pretty good yardage, but not enough for the first.
So the punting unit comes in for Marshall. Tim Openlander averaging 42 yards a punt. Pennington now coming to the sideline.
No, this is going to be a field goal.
Oh, you're exactly right. Openlander, my apology, is in. Now he'll attempt a 49-yard field goal. His longest is 42.
No good. That's right and short.
So both teams have tried for the field goals. I was surprised. I thought the punting unit was coming on there. That was a 50-yard attempt.
From that distance, you would think so.
Timeout on the field, 13:32 to go in the first half. No score. Back in a moment. No score between Appalachian State and Marshall. We'd like to thank Schlossky's Deli of Huntington for today's crew meal. Schlossky's Deli, home of the original sandwich, served on Bake Fresh Daily sourdough buns. Of course, David Stewart and Aaron Rainsbottom, the owners there, certainly appreciate their help. A new business in Huntington. First down and 10 for Appalachian State. Satterfield.
Fumble. Ball's out of bounds.
At the 42-yard line.
Melvin Cunningham makes the stop for the hurt. Scott Satterfield running a little reverse option.
Right side.
How long do you think he's been here?
Let's go. Let's get our feet fed.
I'll tell you what, if you're counting pins, he was here when the Mayflower came over.
He seems pretty intense.
He's into it, brother. He's got green written all over him.
Marshall defense is pretty intense on 2nd down and 3. In motion, number 84 is Burton.
On a sprint.
Satterfield trying to get to the outside. Cohen is there to bring him down. B.J. Cohen makes the tackle.
Satterfield tried to fake like he was throwing the football. B.J. Cohen, the defensive end for Marshall, didn't go for it. Normally you can get a defender off his feet with this kind of a fake. Look at Satterfield. Watch him pump it here. Cohen did not go for the fake. And he gets thrown for a big loss.
There's a look at B.J. Cohen's numbers, the sophomore from Conley, Georgia, number 5. 3rd down and 6 for the Mountaineers.
Marshall in a 2-deep zone.
Satterfield again, this time wants to throw, looking downfield, tipped, and it is intercepted at the 46-yard line. Melvin Cunningham picks it off.
What a circus interception here. Satterfield fakes to his tailback. Long throw, throwing that out, that big out route. Cunningham gets in front and makes a circus grab.
For Cunningham, that's his 3rd interception this year, his 9th career interception at Marshall.
Ball was intended for Kevin Burton, but Melvin Cunningham came down with the football.
And Chad Pennington brings his offense on the field inside Appalachian territory. Ball is on the field, but Pennington is able to recover.
It's one of those things where you don't know if the quarterback comes out too quick or the center didn't get the ball up. But it was on the ground. You know that the youngsters got to be just a tad nervous here this evening.
Pennington forced into action with Larry Harris, the original starter, injured. Mark Zaban was injured, and Chad Pennington had to step in, a true freshman for Marshall.
Shotgun.
Some movement there in the backfield. Pennington looking now, he'll keep it. Runs out of bounds at the 36-yard line, but there was some movement in the Marshall backfield. Coakley again there on the tackle.
That was movement by the up-back, Javon Darling. This will come back. Going to cost Marshall 5.
Illegal shift on the offense. Had 2 men moving. Repeat second down.
Okay, let's head down to Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Mike, I talked with Sonny Randall Friday. I was out covering a high school football game, and not Sonny Randall. I talked with Mickey Matthews on Friday covering a high school football game, and Mickey said that this was the most prepared, the best effort any Marshall team that has been here since he's been here. He said they had to convince him on Thursday that the game wasn't on Friday because practice went so well. He said they were very prepared for this game. Thanks, Kenny. I bet that has been an intense week, really, for both teams in practice.
Kenny Bass was exactly right, because yesterday I thought it was game day, and it was the day before.
Second down, 15 following the penalty. Pennington, shotgun formation, wants to throw, looking, caught at the 45-yard line to Ricky Carter, but that was the original line of scrimmage. Perry right there with him.
Tony Perry makes an excellent tackle in the open field. Another look from the shotgun. Pennington sets his feet. A long throw.
11 yards to go.
Ricky Carter makes the stop, makes the catch, and Perry makes the stop for a 4-yard gain.
Tony Perry had 14 tackles against Georgia Southern last week. 10 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the first half. No score. Third down, 11. Pennington looking. Martin is there. Up to the 10-yard line.
Boy, did he thread the needle there. Tony Perry makes the stop for the Apps. Another look. Chad Pennington sets his feet. A deep post pattern.
36 yards on the play.
Tim Martin is open. Makes an over-the-shoulder catch. 35 yards, 36-yard reception.
Marshall at the 10-yard line. A handoff, Parker. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Too much penetration. Dexter Coakley, the first one to get there.
Boy, Dexter Coakley has been. I mean, he's in there in the secondary. He's in on the quarterback at the same play.
You got to look to make sure he's not wearing a green jersey. He's just a super football player and a mighty fine young man. They knew how good he was. They line him up everywhere on defense, so you can't really focus in on it.
Pennington's numbers: 5 of 12, 77 yards. Second down from the 10-yard line.
Counter.
Nowhere to go.
Was lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Thomas with big Buck Manning out in front. You get around him, you got to be out in the parking lot. Marvin Hodge makes the stop for the Apps.
Third down, 10 yards to go.
They've run it twice, and they haven't moved it an inch.
Third down from the 10-yard line. 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. No score.
On a sprint. Pennington looking to throw.
To the end zone. It's incomplete. Intended for Martin.
And boy, he almost had his head taken off. What a shot. He got a shot here. Pennington on the sprint to the near side. Doesn't have his first receiver open. Looks back down inside. Little lob pass. Martin. And he gets absolutely drilled.
Tim Oppenlander is in to attempt the field goal of 27 yards. And it's no good.
Actually, is partially blocked. Partially blocked. I'm not sure who got it.
3 field goal attempts here in the first half. 2 of them have been blocked. 8:14 to go in the first half. No score. Back in a minute. 8 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half between Appalachian State, number 2 in the country, and number 3 Marshall at the 1AA level following the field goal attempt, which was blocked. It's first down and 10 for Appalachian State, and Scott picks up a couple of yards. There's Tim Martin on the sideline, who was shaken up there.
When you saw the shot that he took down in the end zone, you can understand why Dr. Ricard, the team physician at Marshall's looking for him. Those eyes got to be just a little bit glassy because he's not sure what hit him.
Gain of 3 for Scott, so it's second down 7. Satterfield pitching back. Out of bounds goes Scott across the 25 up to about the 28-yard line.
Damon Scott, the fine tailback. Scott Smythe comes from the Marshall secondary to make the stop.
You know, Scott had a career-high 218 yards and 3 touchdowns against North Carolina A&T earlier in the year. He's averaging 122 yards a game.
Big third down for the Apps. Now they want a timeout to talk about it.
Appalachian State using a timeout. Will take a break as well. 7 minutes 34 seconds to go in the first half. Still no score. Back in a minute. Marshall's Thundering Herd playing at home in front of 30,000 fans. No score though against Appalachian State. Both teams unbeaten in the Southern Conference. Third down and 2 following that timeout. Satterfield does not get the first down.
Larry McLeod runs him down from the backside. What a play by the outside linebacker. Reverse option. Look at Larry McLeod run down Satterfield. What a big play.
So Appalachian State will have to punt. Alan Gwynn, he had 2 58-yard punts against Marshall and Boone last year, so he certainly has been an outstanding punter. He's in his junior season.
Look out.
It's at the 35.
That actually hit Orlando Scary right there.
Orlando Scary on the recovery for the Herd.
After it hit him, he wisely fell on it. Don't forget, the First State Bank of Sarasota will be hosting the Thundering Herd football games in Sarasota at Tavern on the Green, located in the Bobby Jones Golf Complex. For more information, call 941-923-9999.
And speaking of folks in the Sunshine State, at Beef and O'Brady's tonight in Clearwater, Florida, the folks from Marshall and Appalachian, I know they are rocking. Our best to them. We hope they enjoy the game.
Tim Martin back in the lineup after being shaken up just a few moments ago. So it's first down and 10 for Marshall. 6 minutes 49 seconds to go in the first half. Pennington's pass complete to Carter, and he's swarmed at the 40-yard line.
Ricky Carter just runs a square route. Picks up excellent yardage. Pretty good throw and a pretty good catch. 3-step drop by the quarterback. Pennington delivers the ball on rhythm. Ricky Carter inside, and you can see he's swarmed. I promise you Dexter Coakley's there, and he's got some help from a whole lot of his friends.
Second down 1, the give and the first down. Looks like Chris Parker in the lineup, number 36. Marshall with so many backs that they can move in and out, Sonny.
They keep those fresh legs coming at you from the tailback position. Excellent look at the hit man of the Marshall Thundering Herd, Jim Donnan.
Coach Donnan, a graduate of NC State. Got to play his alma mater in the first game of the year. Appalachian State, of course, beat Wake Forest of the ACC, and Marshall falling to NC State of the Atlantic Coast Conference in the early part of the season. But otherwise, these teams have done nothing but win. 5 minutes 49 seconds to go in the first half. Martin in motion. Pennington looking downfield. Wiggins 40 to the 38-yard line.
Jermaine Wiggins on a deep crossing route. Tony Perry's there along with Dexter Coakley for the Apps. Little boot action.
First down.
Fake to the tailback. Squares his shoulders. Jermaine Wiggins, the big tight end crossing. Big gainer in the change move.
First down 10 from the 38-yard line. Martin in motion.
Counter.
Right up the middle. Parker gains a few on first down.
Dexter Coakley there to say hello to Parker. 32 and 36 have got together several times here in the first half. And they'll get together some more before the night's over.
There's a look at Parker. Last week he had 3 touchdowns, 162 yards rushing. Holds about 5 Southern Conference records now. And he was held to 66 yards against Appalachian State, you'll remember, in Boone a year ago.
Shotgun.
Pennington's pass incomplete, intended for Parker.
The pass intended for Parker is incomplete.
Needed just a little more air under the ball so Parker could have run under it. Just a little bit flat that time. The Apps came on a blitz. Parker swinging out of the backfield. The quarterback had to get it to him in a hurry.
Parker, the senior out of Lynchburg. 4 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the first half. No score.
Shotgun.
Pennington wants to throw long. Now he'll have to scramble to Martin at the 23-yard
No
line.
good.
Incomplete.
Had him wide open and had a lot of room to run with the football. Short-armed it just a tad. Here's another look. Flush from the pocket. Pennington looks downfield. Got a ton of run to room. Room to run. But a one-hopper. Short-armed it just a tad.
So Chris Hansen will have to punt, standing at midfield. High punt.
Pretty good punt. Depends on how it bounces.
Gets a Marshall bounce down at the 3-yard line.
Hansen hit that knuckler up there, and I wasn't sure which way it was going to bounce. As you mentioned, took a Marshall bounce. That's what they wanted that freshman punter to do.
While we have a moment, I want to remind you that the announcers for this game have been contracted for and approved by Marshall University. Any use, rebroadcast, or other transmission without the written consent of Marshall University and Creative Productions is prohibited. So Appalachian State and quarterback Scott Satterfield set up at the 3-yard line.
Looking for some breathing room. Just a quarterback keeper.
He's hit at the 5-yard line, picks up 2.
Scott Smythe, one of the first ones to get there, coming from the Marshall secondary. A lot of times you'll see Scott Satterfield just take the ball and sprint on the corner. Quarterback keep all the way. Good look at the head man of the Apps, and what a job he's done. Coach Moore has really done something special for him in Boone, North Carolina, and they know it too. They will not beat themselves. That's one thing you can say about Appalachian.
Second down 8. Satterfield turns it back inside across the 10-yard line, and a penalty marker goes down. B.J. Cohen and Larry McLeod team up for the tackle.
Late flag. Again, that was just a quarterback draw. Face mask against the herd. Seats of the large variety. This 5.
Got a face mask, 5-yard penalty. It'll be a first down.
Let's take a look at the Budweiser scoreboard. Furman beats East Tennessee State 21-15 down in Greenville. Georgia Southern shuts out Citadel 27-0. Northwestern over Wisconsin.
They're dancing in the streets. And how about this score? Army over Boston College. And they embarrassed them. How about this one? Syracuse blanks the ears.
First down 10. Satterfield hit McLeod there on the tackle.
Larry McLeod, the big linebacker from Marshall. Ball's hand to the fullback. Oh, boy. Reverse action. Hands to his fullback. And Larry McLeod will have none of it. Lance said hello to Mr. McLeod. I think McLeod got a little of the best of it.
Larry McLeod, number 28 for that Marshall defense. Second down 10.
Shotgun. Quarterback draw.
15 down to the 18-yard line. McLeod was there again. Frank Leatherwood, number 39 for Appalachian State, slowed up Satterfield a bit.
Marshall got a player slow to get up. Jerome Embry, slow to get to his feet. Want to clear the cobwebs.
It's really been a hard-hitting first half.
I mean, a rock'em sock'em. They're taking no prisoners. Jerry Moore looking on, the head man of the Apps. They might have to change pads because they've damaged a whole lot of the ones they're wearing right now.
Both of these teams expecting to go into the 1AA playoffs, but the seeding very important, the home field advantage important.
We said at the top of the show, a win tonight, you're the Southern Conference champs, most likely, and you're also going to get a top seed in the playoffs. Most important, this is a huge game for both teams.
And there's no score with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half.
Shotgun.
Satterfield on 3rd down and 7 goes long, caught at the 40-yard line. Lance makes the grab.
Scott Smythe makes a stop. But not before Lance holds on. Lance coming out of the backfield. Satterfield's got him all the way. Lance makes a heck of a catch. Scott Smythe makes the stop. But the change move for the Apps.
The senior fullback with the catch, number 40. First down 10 from the 42-yard line. Satterfield now pitches it out of bounds. Scott had a hand on it.
What a dangerous pitch. The youngster can compete like not many quarterbacks I've ever seen. Running the ball back into the boundary on the option. Picked up about 2.
Here's Tim Dempsey, number 19, and on the tackle, a freshman from Barbersville, West Virginia. Second down 8.
From the shotgun.
Satterfield's pass complete at mid fumble. Marshall recovers at the 43-yard line. Jermaine Swafford has the ball.
I believe that was Jeff Vollmer, if I'm not mistaken. Satterfield delivers it on rhythm. Vollmer makes the reception, but then coughs it up. This could be a big turnover here just before halftime. Looked like the Apps had some momentum.
And now Marshall has a chance from the 43-yard line. Pennington wants to throw.
Double screen.
Over the middle, incomplete.
Martin was wide open. The ball tipped.
Mark Ivy.
Mark Ivy makes a heck of a play here. Or otherwise, Martin's off to the races. You fake the double screen and you hit the delay to your flanker. Ivy does a heck of a job where he tips the ball. Watch the tip right there. Otherwise, Martin's off to the races. That's a heck of a play by Ivy.
Ivy, the senior from Collinsville, Virginia, 6'2", 250 pounds. Second down 10.
Shotgun.
Pennington again wants to throw, looking downfield, having to run with it.
Nowhere to go.
At the 48-yard line.
Joe DiBernardo, the last one there.
Pennington is stopped for loss on the play.
But the pressure made him flush. You can see the protection break down. You see him flush from the pocket. DiBernardo comes in late.
It's hard to stop a train. Those are your local
And Marshall wants to talk it over here. They're looking at third and about 18.
With a minute 18 left in the first half. You know, Sonny, just a quick thought about the defensive play here in the first half. Marshall, of course, averages 39 points a game. Appalachian State averages 34 points a game, and neither one of them have been able to get to the end zone.
Well, you're talking about the Apps. They rush for 288 yards a game. Marshall rushes for 215. But you've indicated they can't get in the end zone. Marshall also throws the ball extremely well, averaging 215.7 yards per game. The Apps throwing it for 96 yards. A look across the way. You can see some concern. Both coaches got their game face on here this evening. Jerry Moore for the Apps, Jim Donnan for the Marshall Thundering Herd. He might have his arms folded, but I can tell you one thing, there's a whole lot of fire in that belly.
Chad Pennington will face a 3rd down and 17.
The Apps fake a blitz. Now they cover.
Pennington wants to go to the end zone.
Going for the
Martin is
big
at
one.
the 20, and it is incomplete.
He was juggling the ball when he went out of bounds. Matt Stevens there on the coverage for the Apps. This is a heck of a throw and a heck of a almost catch. Pennington stays in there. They only rush 4 and cover with 7. Stevens and Martin still juggling the ball, but he catches it out of bounds.
Hanson into punt.
Oh, this is a shank.
Hits at the 30.
Takes a pretty good bounce.
15.
Takes a heck of a bounce.
And it'll be down right at the the 15-yard line.
It was a shank, but it took a great bounce.
37-yard punt for Hanson. Under a minute now to go in the first half. You'll want to stay with us at halftime. Kenny Bass will have our halftime report and much more. That's all coming up at halftime. You certainly don't want to miss the second half.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to the kitchen, go at halftime.
First down 10 for Satterfield. Final minute of the first half. Scott carries for a couple of yards.
Will Edwards makes the stop for the Herd. These two defenses have really been something else here in the first half.
You know, the only common opponent between the two teams this year has been Georgia Southern, and Marshall beat Georgia Southern 37-7. Appalachian State beat Georgia Southern last week 27-17. And Coach Tim Stowers for Georgia Southern said he thought Marshall would win this one by 3. That was his prediction. Penalty markers go down on 2nd down 8.
Tim Stowers, the fine coach of Georgia Southern, not going too far out on the limb. Late flag, movement up front.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. We'll repeat 2nd down.
Tommy Giles, our fine referee here tonight, he told me if something bad happens down there, don't call the right name. Tell him his name's Smith, but not to say it's Giles. Coach Moore looking on. Hey, across the way, both benches, they've been into this game from start to right here before halftime. And they'll be in it the same way in the second half.
Appalachian State will not be allowed to run another play as time expires here in the first half. Well, a defensive contest, no doubt, early. Two teams that combine for close to 70 points a game have not been able to get to the end zone. A couple of blocked field goals. But regardless, it has not been an offensive show. The defenses have certainly done extremely well. Let's go down to Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Thanks, Mike. Jerry Moore joins me. You have to be happy with your defense. What kind of adjustments do you think you have to make on offense, Coach?
We just got to be more consistent. Marshall's playing very well. We've got to adjust to some different things. We're just not moving the ball very effectively, obviously.
Is this the way you envision it coming in to be like this?
Well, I think they're probably a little quicker maybe in the secondary and the linebackers than maybe we thought. We thought we could run the ball on them outside a little better than we're doing, and some of it's them and some of it's our execution.
Thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half. Jerry Moore, Appalachian State head coach. Mike, Sonny?
Okay, Kenny, thank you. And surprised at Marshall's quickness.
Shouldn't surprise you.
Halftime activities coming up in a moment. Hope you'll stay with us. Appalachian State, the number 2 team in Division I AA. Marshall rated number 3 in the country, and it's 0-0 after the first 30 minutes of play. Mike Tilley and Sonny Randall back with you at Marshall University Stadium in Huntington, West Virginia. Glad you could join us. And Sonny, it certainly has been a defensive game here early.
Well, I think maybe that's an understatement, Mike. I really do. You're talking about a rock'em sock'em affair. It was billed that way. I think in the first half, Marshall has 8 first downs. The Apps have 3. But, I mean, it's just who's going to blink first? That's what you got to say. And I'm not sure either team's going to blink. I said during the broadcast that I thought that maybe turnovers would decide the outcome. We've had a couple of turnovers, and both defenses have bowed their neck. I'm not really sure anybody's going to get in the end zone here this evening.
One thing you mentioned in the pregame show was Chad Pennington and his play, the freshman quarterback. Your thoughts on his performance so far?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Mike. He has not played like a freshman. The youngsters stood in there. I know one thing, the Apps have brought all the heat you could bring. He stays in there. He takes his reads, and he's just done a heck of a job. But on the other hand, Scott Satterfield, you're talking about a great quarterback, a true competitor. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I know one thing. If the second half is anything like the first half, folks are going to see one whale of a football game.
Halftime activities continuing here in Huntington, West Virginia. You'll want to stay with us. Kenny Bass will have our halftime program for you when we come back to Huntington in just a moment.
Hey, we're back. That's what happens when you have microphone problems. Welcome back to Marshall Stadium. 0-0. The defenses have looked great. The offense is not so good. Here's one guy who could have maybe done something about that offense. Larry Harris, Marshall University quarterback, had surgery to repair his ACL and his knee. Larry, first of all, how you feeling?
I'm feeling better. You know, Thursday was real rough. Friday was even rougher than Thursday. But I'm feeling better, and I had to get out of the hospital so I can come out and support the guys. They're doing a pretty good job. Offensively, we got to pick it up, but I think we'll be okay in the second half.
What do you think they have to do offensively? This Appalachian State defense is conceding the pass, at least man-to-man coverage, not a lot of zone. What do you think the offense has to do?
We just got to stick to our game plan. Our receivers out-execute their defensive backs. Chad to pick it up the second half. He's struggling a little bit right now. But like I said, we just stick to our game plan. Everything will work out.
What about you? What do you have in store? I understand you were going into rehab while you were still coming out of the surgery, right? They had the knee moving before you even woke up.
Yeah, that was pretty rough because it was a little painful, but I started rehab Thursday, so right after the surgery, and I did a lot today, and I'm getting here tomorrow some. I'm just going to rehab day by day and take things slowly, see how it work out.
You think you'll be back? You think you'll be able to come back next season?
Oh, yeah, I'll be back in the fall. You know, I'm going to have to sit out the spring, do a little running, and do a lot more rehab, but I should be ready to go by the fall.
Great. Larry Harris, thanks a lot for joining us. Get inside and warm up at halftime. Best of luck. It's bad when your wheel goes down. You can't move around. And he's still got to go to class and stuff. Larry Harris, Marshall quarterback. He's dealing with stuff that a lot of folks couldn't handle and doing a nice job. Come back in moments. It's 0-0 at the half. Welcome back to Marshall Stadium. No score as we head into the third quarter. Marshall head coach Jim Donnan, what'd you talk to these guys at halftime about, Coach?
Well, I think I couldn't hear you with that.
What'd you talk to the team at halftime? What adjustments do you need to make?
We've got a good football team, and they do too, and we got a lot of pride. You know, we made too many mistakes. I take the blame for that. You know, we're a little tight. Defensively, we're playing great just like they are. We just got to go out there and make some first downs and make the plays that are there. That's why you come to college to play a game like this, and we're going to play one right here.
Thanks, Jim Donnan. Best of luck in the second half to him. The hurting the Apps. No score.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much. We are just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Now, it's 0-0, but there were a few highlights to show you from the first half. Not scoring highlights, but some great plays. And Chris Parker did an outstanding job early in the first quarter. He exploded here on a 30-yard gain.
On a couple of blitzes that Appalachian brought early, he found a seam or two. Here was a big gainer. Matt Stevens, the great All-American back for the Apps, knocks him out of bounds.
Chad Pennington this time will look to Martin in the end zone, and Martin was hit really hard by the defender.
Looking back inside, a little lob pass. Martin not able to hang on.
Clarence Sutton doing a nice job defensively, and then first Appalachian State would turn it over here, giving Marshall great field position.
Catching the ball, coughing it up. Embry comes up with the up fumble.
And now let's look at our Bank One halftime statistics. Total yardage, Appalachian State under 100 yards here in the first half at 79. Marshall at 188 yards. Sonny told you about the first downs. Turnovers, Appalachian State has turned it over twice, but has not really hurt them at this point in a scoreless game. And time of possession very similar as well.
When you look at the stats, you can realize it is a nothing game. As I say, maybe they changed pads down there, because I know they damaged a bunch of them here in the first half.
There's Coach Donnan in his 6th season here at Marshall. Won the championship, the 1AA championship in 1992, the National Coach of the Year, and trying to get his Thundering Herd back to that championship game again, which will be here in Huntington.
Both teams know how huge this game is for Southern Conference championship ramifications and also for the playoffs. This is one that both teams got to have and won it in the worst kind of way, and that's certainly the way they played the first half.
And there's Coach Jerry Moore in his 7th season, 49 wins, 28 losses. Remember, Appalachian State won the coin toss but deferred here until the second half. They wanted to go on defense first, and now they'll have it offensively to begin the second half.
I'm sure both their offensive coordinators scratching their heads at halftime. Both defensive coordinators licking their chops. Cannot wait for the second half.
Tim Openlander, number 40, the junior from Tampa, Florida, has it teed up at the 35-yard line. Jamie Coleman, number 4, waits at the 5. Openlander's kickoff, a line drive kick, goes out of the end zone for a touchback. So Appalachian State will start on the 20-yard line with their senior quarterback, number 7, Scott Satterfield, the senior out of Hillsborough, North Carolina. Over 4,200 yards, career yards. As we told you, one of the best rushing quarterbacks ever at Appalachian State, and he carried the ball quite a few times in the first half.
What a competitor.
4 of 5 passing for 30 yards. First down 10 for the Mountaineers from the 20-yard line. Satterfield wants to throw, and it's caught at the 25, 30, 35 for Lance. Trying to get back to midfield, and he goes down at the 40-yard line. Aldwin Lance picks up 20 on first down before Tim Dempsey could make the tackle.
Little boot action. Lance coming out of the backfield. A little misdirection. Fakes to his tailback, Scott.
Down at the 39.
Satterfield out here to Lance, who's wide open. He runs a long ways before being brought down by Dempsey in the Marshall secondary.
First down 10. The handoff to Scott, trying to get to the outside, goes down. B.J. Cohen there to make the tackle for a 2-yard loss.
Scott is the ball carrier.
Scott upset about that.
Damon Scott nowhere to run. Too much penetration. As you mentioned, B.J. Cohen there to make the final stop.
B.J. Cohen averaging 7 tackles a game.
Penetration just destroys your offensive scheme. I don't care what you're running. It just disrupts things.
Coach Moore saying how surprised he was and how quick that Marshall linebacker core and secondary has been. Second down 12. Pass complete at the 40-yard line to Lance. 45 goes down at the 42. Boy, he was hit.
Boy, was he tagged. Scott Smythe was there.
We'll get a chance to see it again.
Larry McLeod was there. Look at 28. Turns back inside. Larry McLeod, the big linebacker. He's the one that tagged him. Smythe got there late. Marshall getting ready to play their nickel package. Lance trots off. Wanted to get the number of the truck that hit him.
3rd down 6 for Appalachian State.
From the shotgun.
Satterfield looking. Wants to throw. Over the middle. Caught. 40-yard line. 1st down for Otis Smith. Ball is loose. They'll rule it down. It was down at the 32-yard line.
Ball was blown down. Albert Barber makes the stop for the herd. From the shotgun. Deep square en route.
Appalachian State with a 1st down.
Real fine square end by Otis Smith. You'll see Smith cough the ball up, but the ground cannot cause a fumble. Scott comes up with the ball for the Apps anyhow.
24-yard gain into Marshall territory at the 33-yard line. 1st down 10. Satterfield again wants to throw. Pressure, and it's incomplete. He throws it away.
It's a heads-up play. John Duncan just causes him to throw the ball out of bounds. That's a heads-up play about an Appalachian quarterback. Scott Satterfield.
Well, Sonny, Appalachian State has come out really strong offensively here to start the 3rd quarter.
They certainly have, and the herd, if they want to keep them out of the end zone, they better bow their necks. You knew that the Apps would get untracked. It was just a matter of time.
Satterfield's numbers, 80 yards. 2nd down 10. Handoff to Scott. Nowhere to go. Jermaine Swafford makes the tackle.
Damon Scott tries to bounce it outside. Jermaine Swafford. Another look. There you see the tailback bouncing outside. Jermaine Swafford got him cornered for a loss.
There's a look at Swafford, number 45, the junior out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee.
Big 3rd down for the Apps. Blitz. Here comes some heat.
Satterfield trying to dump it over the middle. Lance has it. 1st down, Appalachian State at the 20-yard line.
Tell you what, Scott Satterfield read the blitz absolutely perfect. And he hits his back out of the backfield. Alwyn Lance. You cannot throw it any better. Caught Marshall in a blitz. His back out of the backfield. Makes a big reception.
5 receptions, 63 yards. He's really been the go-to man here in the 3rd quarter. Under 12 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. No score. Appalachian State at the 20-yard line. Satterfield looking, caught, 10-yard line and out of bounds. Number 39, Frank Leatherwood. Leatherwood is the backup tight end, a freshman from Clyde, North Carolina, and he makes the catch.
Scott Smythe makes the stop. There you see the boot action by Satterfield. Looking for his tight end. Heck of a throw and a heck of a catch.
So Appalachian State 1st down and goal from the 9-yard line.
The Apps looking to put it in the end zone. The herd looking to shut him down.
Satterfield keeps 5 up to the 2-yard line. Scott Smythe had to make the tackle.
And it looked like for a moment he was going to go in the end zone. Just a quarterback draw. You can see the App fans across the way awfully excited. Here's the look.
It is 2nd and goal from the 2.
Quarterback draw all the way. Satterfield looked like he was going to score. Scott Smythe keeps him out of the end zone.
Remember, Satterfield has 22 rushing touchdowns in his career. 2nd and goal from the 2.
On the option.
Nowhere. A loss of 3 yards on the play. Billy Lyon comes from the tackle spot.
Too much penetration. Quarterback's going to keep it. Billy Lyon, Larry McLeod, a lot of help. And the Apps get it stuffed.
So what would have been what was second and goal from the 2 is now third and goal from the 6.
Apps going in the wrong direction. A huge third down here.
And Appalachian State, actually Marshall is going to call a timeout. Marshall takes the timeout. Timeout on the field. 9:40 to go in the third quarter. No score, but the Mountaineers are 6 yards away. 9:40 to go in the third quarter. A scoreless game, but Appalachian State will face a third and goal from the 6. Satterfield
on the roll.
The 10-yard line, struggling, goes down and out of bounds at the 5. Larry McLeod chases him out of bounds.
There was a late hit. I don't see a flag. The Apps will be forced to kick a field goal. It was almost like Satterfield says, I'm going to get it in the end zone myself. And normally he does get it in the end zone.
So Jay Sutton, the junior from Wingate, North Carolina, comes in to attempt the field goal. 0 of 1 today, but he is 12 of 16 on the year. And it's good. Jay Sutton scores the first points of the game with 8 minutes and 52 seconds to play in the third quarter. There's timeout on the field. Appalachian State scores first on its opening drive of the third quarter. Marshall's junior defensive tackle Billy Lyon on the sideline trying to get a extra dose of oxygen, I guess, from the sideline as Appalachian State goes 11 plays, 74 yards, just over 6 minutes. The opening drive of the second half, and Sutton with the 22-yard field goal. So obviously Appalachian State made the necessary adjustments at half, and they have now taken a 3-0 lead. On the kickoff, the return by Thomas across the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now Marshall will actually, for the first time here in the second half, get the football. 8:46 to play in the third quarter.
First and 10 for the Buckeye Herd at the 22-yard line.
Chad Pennington, 7 of 19 passing, 104 yards.
Or the two defensive coordinators the other night. You talking about matching wits. Ruffin McNeil, the outstanding defensive coordinator of the Apps, against Mickey Matthews, the outstanding coordinator of the Herd. Both of these guys have done one whale of a job.
First down 10 for Pennington at quarterback. Pressure, gets it away, incomplete. No penalty.
Looked like there might have been a late hit. Pennington nowhere to go with the football. I mean, he got a lot of pressure early. You run the boot action, you've got to be able to come out of there, at least get a chance to look down. He never even had a chance to set his feet. Boy, I mean, he's hammered in there. Mark Ivey was the last one to get there, but he got pressure early.
Pennington now second down 10. Shotgun formation.
Apps on a blitz. Here comes a blitz.
Pennington looking. Wiggins, 30-yard line, 35, and pulls the defender to the 37 before a penalty marker goes down.
And I think we're going to get a face mask. The Apps come on a blitz. Marshall's able to pick it up. Pennington from the shotgun, looking for his big tight end. Wiggins gets a football, gets a first down, and gets more yardage with a face mask.
Face mask, 5 yards, first down.
Wasn't the serious kind, but they got 5 anyhow.
Moves it to the 42-yard line. Marshall first down. Parker gets the call, 40-yard line up to the 37. First time he's touched the ball in the third quarter.
But it's not the first time Dexter Coakley touched him. It's about the 10th or 11th time that Dexter Coakley's been there. Is he a football player or what? Any kind of misdirection, I mentioned it earlier, and the guy is just, I mean, he'll swarm you. Look at this, 10 tackles, 6 assists. East and West, he is really something else.
Second down 9, under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Appalachian State leads Marshall 3-0. Pennington pressure again, dumps it off, incomplete. It was tipped and incomplete.
Theron Todd was open, ball overthrown. Watch Coakley here. He lines up everywhere. This time as a defensive end. You can't block him. I mean, he's right in Pennington's face. Tough to throw when you got 32 draped all over you. You try to put a hat on him, but you can't single block him. You almost got to double him every time the ball snapped.
Third down now, 9 for Marshall. Pennington again out of the shotgun. Has the scramble up to midfield, but he's going to be 2 yards short of the first. Jackie Avery, the sophomore tackle, makes the stop.
Looked like for a moment Pennington might run for a first down, but he's going to be about 2 yards short. Marshall will have to punt it away. Excellent coverage in the App secondary.
Hansen 4 punts here today. 30-yard average on those 4 punts, but remember, he's been punting for
he got all of this one, and it turns over.
The 10-yard line, fair catch taken by Jamie Coleman. So Appalachian State will start at the 10-yard line. Timeout on the field, 6:59 to go in the third quarter. Appalachian State 3, Marshall nothing. Appalachian State leads Marshall 3-0. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Appalachian State operating inside the 10-yard line. Satterfield at quarterback. He hands it off to the running back who will not stop. That's Lance. 40-yard line, midfield to the 47-yard line. Aldwin Lance just would not give up.
Quick hit it to the fullback. Jason Grayson makes a stop, but here you see the fullback bounce up inside. Missed tackle at the line of scrimmage. Another miss. 3 misses. 3 missed tackles, maybe a 4th. And Lance rambles all the way to the 46.
44-yard pickup. Appalachian State's offense doing the job here in the third quarter. Satterfield hands off to Scott. Scott trying to get some yardage and actually will gain 3 before McLeod tripped him up.
B.J. Cohen, the first one to get there. Not able to bring him down. The Apps right now starting to control that line of scrimmage a little bit. But there were 4 missed tackles on the long run. Just plain and simple.
Appalachian State second down 7 from the 43-yard line. Appalachian State 6-0 on the year. Marshall 5-1. Satterfield's pass caught and then fumbled out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Damon Scott making the catch. So let's go down to Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Yeah, Mike, Albert Barber was covering on that play. He's backing up Jerome Embry. Embry out of the lineup. Remember, he got shaken up just before halftime. And on that last offensive series for Marshall, while the defense was over here, Mickey Matthews gave Albert Barber a personal instruction on what to do. He was penetrating too far and giving up the wide side of the field. When Appalachian State would reverse it, Barber would get beat. Matthews said, don't do that.
Appalachian State will have a 3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line.
Shotgun.
Satterfield incomplete.
He just threw a one-hopper. Pretty good pressure. Ball intended for Hall. But the one-hopper won't get it.
Appalachian State will have to punt on 4th and 5. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Appalachian State leading Marshall 3-0. And number 8 is Alan Gwynn, the junior. 3 punts here in the contest. Tim Martin back at the 10-yard line.
42-yard average here this evening. Oh, this is, a mile high. Fair catch.
Martin takes it at the 10.
Martin has a fair
So Marshall is 90 yards away
11-yard line.
with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Thundering Herd trails Appalachian State 3-0. While we have a moment, we'd like to thank Schlossky's Deli of Huntington for today's crew meal. Schlossky's Deli, home of the original sandwich, served on baked fresh daily sourdough buns. Schlossky's Deli.
They must do a heck of a job. That crew went after those sandwiches. I thought they were all going to the electric chair.
David Stewart and Aaron Rainsbottom, the owners at the new location in Huntington. Marshall from the 10-yard line. Parker, no running room. Number 32 again, Dexter Coakley.
Guess who? Not too many folks are going to bring him down the open field on a single tackle. Coakley does. Coakley all by himself. We knew coming in he was a special player. And boy, he has been something else here this evening.
Second down 11. Coakley with 12 tackles in the game. Pennington looking long and overthrows Martin at the 40-yard line.
That was just great coverage. That's what that was. Jamie Coleman covers Martin step for step. Try to hit a fly pattern. Nothing doing.
Tim Martin, a junior out of Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, and Coach Donnan pacing the sideline. His team down 3-0 and facing a 3rd down 11.
Now the Apps are faking the blitz, rushing 4 and covering with 7, and it's going to come back. There was some movement.
Penalty markers down.
Trying to keep Marshall off balance, keeping their offense off balance. They'll fake the blitz.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment on the offense.
Movement. They'll fake the blitz like they're coming, then they drop out. Rushing 4 and covering with 7. Jim Donnan looks on, the head man of the herd. Trying to get straight on his call now to his freshman quarterback.
Play clock is running with 15 seconds. Game clock at 4:01 left in the third quarter.
From the shotgun.
Hand off to Parker. 5 up to the 7-yard line. Look who's there. Coakley.
Something new. He got some help that time. Chip Miller was also there.
So Marshall will have to punt out of the end zone.
Boy, Parker has been shut down here in the second half.
He had 77 yards in the first half, just 3 here in the third quarter.
He's had Coakley right on his back the whole ball game, but certainly here in the second half.
Hanson punting out of the end zone, gets a nice bounce up to midfield. And it'll roll dead at the 46-yard line. So a nice punt for Chris Hansen.
The freshman gets it out of there.
46-yard punt that time. But Appalachian State in excellent field position.
This has been exactly how it was built. Two great football teams putting on a super defensive display here this evening.
First down and 10 for Appalachian State. 3:15 to go in the third quarter. Satterfield wants to throw, completes it at the 40-yard line. Fumble, a battle for it. Who's got it?
I think the Apps was able to recover.
Appalachian State does recover at the 42-yard line. Scott Smythe, number 21, said,
trying to help the officials.
yeah, he thought differently. Otis Smith making the catch.
That ball draws a crowd. Kind of a flanker screen. Ball stripped away. You diving for your life when you try to dive after that ball. Smith had to come up with it.
A loss of 5, so it's second down 15.
Blitz. Here comes the heat.
Satterfield in trouble. Trying to get to the outside. 40, 45. He just pushed out of bounds there by John Duncan.
Satterfield did a heck of a job. Just picking up a couple. Was running for his life. John Duncan, when he's after you, run a little faster. It's amazing how those big linemen can make you run faster. I don't care what position you play.
Third down 12 for Satterfield and his Appalachian State offense.
Shotgun.
Satterfield throws it incomplete. Scott Smythe was coming up for the interception, but he couldn't get there.
DJ Cohen was the first one to get there. Caused Satterfield to flush, and then he had nowhere to go with the football.
And Marshall's defense with Albert Barber, the junior, in there, comes to the sideline doing the job against the Mountaineers. The crowd thanking them for that. Fourth down and 12 for Appalachian State. Win 39 yards and a punt average here tonight.
Nice punt. Fair catch.
Martin takes it at the 17. So Marshall will begin from the 17-yard line with 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Appalachian State, you'll remember, drove 74 yards on the first series, first possession of the third quarter, and then kicked the short field goal to take a 3-0 lead over Marshall, and those are the only points. It was 0-0 at the half. And you have to wonder what kind of pressure, Sonny, we'll talk about the pressure on Chad Pennington in a moment, but the freshman quarterback really seeing a tough competition here tonight.
He's checking this time.
Wiggins in motion. Handoff. Parker, 25 up to the 27-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline and check in with Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Yeah, Mike, Jim Donnan just circled the wagons on the Marshall sideline. He had his entire offensive unit circled around him and gave him the old pep talk, and evidently it fired him up a little bit. A nice game by Parker, but he knows what's at stake here, and he called them all aside and gave him a little advice from the head man. Got kind of hot down here for a second.
The head man can get your attention. And here Mickey Matthews, the defensive coordinator, trying to get his troops' attention.
Second down 2 for Marshall's offense. Wiggins in motion. Pennington hands off again to Parker. Parker fighting for that first down, but I don't think he'll get it. It's going to be third and short.
Too much penetration. Tony Perry was one of many there for the Apps.
Third down, 2 yards to go.
Actually, that was a no-gainer. Big 3rd and 2.
Carter and Martin checking in and bringing the play to Pennington. Marshall 2 of 11 on third down conversions.
Pennington's checking.
Parker does not get the first down. He's hit right at the 26-yard line.
Joe DiBernardo was one of the Apps there. Did not get the white jerseys knocked off the ball. DiBernardo was one of many. And the herd is forced to punt it away.
There's DiBernardo, the junior from Miami, and Hansen now punting from the 10-yard line.
End over end.
Taken at the 40. No running room at all. Ball on the field, but ruled down again. A 34-yard punt for Hansen. We have played 3 quarters at Marshall University Stadium, Huntington, West Virginia, and Appalachian State leads 3-0. Appalachian State's head coach Jerry Moore in his 7th season with the Mountaineers, and his Mountaineers lead Marshall 3-0 as we get set to begin the 4th quarter here in Huntington. Appalachian State has the football at the 41-yard line and have been effective. They're certainly very effective in the 3rd quarter moving the ball. Satterfield handing off to Scott. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Billy Lyon there to make the tackle.
It's almost like you're playing baseball here this evening. But I promise you, that's not Greg Maddox and Oral Hershots are out there.
We said it earlier that Marshall averages 39 points a game and Appalachian State averaging 34 points a game. But tonight it's a defensive battle, 3-0 Appalachian State. Second down 8.
Speed option.
Satterfield cannot get out of the backfield. B.J. Cohen wraps him up along with Will Edwards.
Again, too much penetration. You try to run it down the line. There's speed option here. Satterfield doesn't go anywhere with it. Duncan outside forces it. Will Edwards back up underneath along with Cohen. Boy, you don't think it's been rough out there? Look at the official. I don't know whether he pulled a groin or what he did, but he's all taped up. Everybody's getting hit down there. You know it's tough when the official has to take a big rap.
3rd down 9 for the Mountaineers. Or a long 8, and now Appalachian State will take a timeout. Scott Satterfield did not like something he saw. The play clock was going down to 0, and on the 3rd and 9 did not want to give up some yardage. We're going to take a timeout as well. 13:40 to play in the game. Appalachian State on top of Marshall. Mike Tilley, Sonny Randall, and Kenny Bass back with you at Marshall University Stadium, Huntington, West Virginia. And Coach Donnan talking with Todd there on the sideline as the defense for Marshall goes against a 3rd and 9.
Fake it blitz.
Satterfield looking. Throws downfield, incomplete. Otis Smith, the intended target.
Satterfield flush from the pocket. Will Edwards causes Satterfield to throw it away.
Appalachian State will have to punt on 4th and 9. Alan Gwynn, the junior from Laurinburg, North Carolina, in the punt. There's his average tonight.
Got the return on.
Martin at the 20-yard line. 25, 30, up to the 31. 11-yard return for Tim Martin, the best punt returner in the Southern Conference.
Mark Mayer makes a stop for the Apps.
13:24 to go in the game.
It's nail-biting time.
It is, and there's 30,000 fans here at the stadium. Appalachian State, they were very even in time of possession at the half, but Appalachian State, well, there you go, has controlled it offensively, primarily due to that opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Penalty markers go down on 1st down and 10.
I believe that there's some movement up front. That's going to cost the herd 5. You can't have those kind of mistakes.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. It'll be 1st down.
More concentration at this point in thing. It's got to be just absolutely letter perfect.
So it's going to be first down and 15 for Chad Pennington, the freshman quarterback out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He gives it to Parker. Parker trying to get to the outside, picks up 2 yards on first down.
The Apps coming on the blitz. Dexter Coakley was there, so was Tony Perry. You're hoping to fill all the gaps. And that's exactly what they've been able to do, the Apps on their blitz. Ruffin McNeil, that defensive coordinator for the Apps, he's had all the answers thus far for the Herd. What a job he's done.
Second down, 13. Pennington wants to throw, looking long, and it's incomplete.
They faked a little hook and go to Todd. Not enough air under the football to allow Todd to run under it. Little hook and go, open for the big play.
So that'll make it third down and 13.
Chad Pennington wanting to make sure the freshman get the right call. That clock's ticking down.
5 seconds on the play clock.
From the shotgun. Just got it off.
Pennington looking, and it is caught by Todd at the 41-yard line. It was tipped, and he comes up with the catch.
What a circus catch. Ricky Carter touched the ball, actually tips it, and Darren Todd comes up with the ball.
And he's right at that first down marker.
Right at it. Heck of a throw against the blitz. There's the tip. There's the catch and the change move. Big first down. Two offensive receivers trying to help one another. I can promise that wasn't in the game plan.
There's Todd. Pennington is now 9 of 25 passing, 132 yards. First and 10 from the 42. Wiggins in motion. The handoff. Parker, 50-yard line, drives his feet for an extra yard to the 46.
I believe that was Olandis Gary.
You're exactly right, Sonny. Olandis Gary got in there.
They keep running those fresh tailbacks at you. They want those fresh legs in the game.
There's a look at Gary's numbers this season, the sophomore out of Washington, D.C.
Defensive folks over there for the Herd talking it over.
Second down, 6. Wiggins in motion.
Gary again.
Off to Gary again.
He's got the road.
Has the first down, goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 11:39 to play.
Jamie Coleman knocks him out of bounds, but not before the change move. Watch Olandis Gary. Got the fresh legs from the tailback position, bounces outside, gets the first down, and steps out of bounds.
Gary back over to the sideline.
He would start for a whole lot of teams, but they got a fellow named Parker that starts for the Herd here in Huntington.
First down, 10, inside Appalachian territory. Pennington dumps it off, 45-yard line. Darling across midfield and out of bounds.
And Dexter Coakley's the guy that ran it down. Javon Darling, they try to throw back screen. Dexter Coakley runs it down from the backside.
There's Darling, the sophomore from Staten Island, New York.
Jerry Moore, the head man of the Apps. Got to be pleased with his defense. Looking for answers on the offense.
Second down, 10, no gain on the play.
Shotgun.
Pennington looking over the middle, caught. Martin, 35-yard line, first down.
Dexter Coakley again on the stop. Gets excellent, picks it. Here's an ISO on Martin. Runs a deep square route. Wide open. Finds a big hole. Coakley makes the stop for the Apps. but the Herd moves the chains again.
First down 10 from the 35-yard line. The freshman quarterback calling the signals as Wiggins goes in motion and Parker gets the call. 25-yard line to the 22. First down, Marshall.
Now you see the folks at the big house on their feet. And you see arrested Chris Parker. There's the big tailback. Breaks a couple of tackles into the secondary. Clarence Sutton makes a stop for the Apps. But the chains move once again.
Parker over 100 yards, the 26th game of his career over 100 yards. First down and 10.
On a blitz.
He gets the call again, tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
The Apps had 8 on the line of scrimmage. 8. You break the line of scrimmage, now you're into the secondary. But they didn't get the scene that time.
10 yards to go.
10 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the game. Appalachian State leads Marshall 3-0. But Marshall is at the 23-yard line and facing a second down 10.
The Apps in a 2-deep zone, faking blitz.
Pennington looking, throws.
Almost intercepted.
Almost picked off at the 5-yard line. Matt Stevens.
He knows he should have had it.
Nearly intercepted by Matt.
What a break for Marshall.
Ill-advised throw by the freshman. He flushes out of there. Looks downfield. Matt Stevens, a ball intended for Ricky Carter. But Matt Stevens breaks on the ball. It almost comes up with a big pick. Marshall is lucky to get that one back.
Matt Stevens with 21 career interceptions. 22, by the way, would be a conference record.
He leads, actually tied for the conference lead right now with 6 picks this year.
You remember last year he intercepted Marshall and ran it for a touchdown in Boone.
The folks from Marshall remember it. I can promise you that.
All-American last year, first team all-conference. Just could not come up with that one. So Marshall gets another opportunity. Third down and 10. Martin in motion.
Shotgun. Here comes the blitz.
Pennington looking over the middle. Incomplete at the 13-yard line. Again, almost intercepted.
And I tell you what, Tony Perry almost comes up with the ball. Pennington had a receiver open. Ball was underthrown just a little bit. A little more air under the ball. And Todd is waltzing in the end zone.
And now Tim Openlander will come in to try and tie the game. This will be a 41-yard attempt. His longest this season is 42. Has the distance. Good. 9 minutes, 41 seconds left in Huntington. Marshall ties it on this Openlander field goal of 41 yards. Do you think he was happy about it?
Yes, sir. The officials took an awful long time to raise those arms. It's 3-3 in the 9th inning.
11 plays, 46 yards, just under 4 minutes on that drive, and Openlander with the 41-yard field goal. And it's 3-all. 9 minutes, 41 seconds to play. Openlander kickoff from the 35-yard line. Taken at the 2, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-yard line, and down to the 33 goes the number 19 for Appalachian State, who did a nice job of returning it, Gerald Hardy. Hardy's the backup quarterback.
And when Hardy comes on the field in quarterback position, you know they're going to run the football. He came in when Satterfield was hurt and did one heck of a job.
This time he comes in to return the kickoff. And so Appalachian State now with the football at the 32-yard line. And we told you about the crowd factor, and it's just about to begin. 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Satterfield trying to turn it back inside. Gets up to the 38-yard line before Jermaine Swafford brings him down.
I'll tell you, after the play down there on the field, they're cuffing each other. They're smacking each other around. I'll tell you what, they have been getting after it all evening long. Looks like Satterfield had some room.
Last year, Appalachian State knocked off Marshall and Boone 24-14. Marshall was then #1 in the country, and the crowd at Boone was so excited they tore the goalposts down.
That's not all he did.
That's how intense this matchup is. Satterfield.
Nowhere to go.
Sacked back at the 30-yard line. Will Edwards, number 57, with his 3rd sack of the year.
Marshall only brings 4. Will Edwards, one of the best in the Southern Conference, will not be blocked. Those Satterfield for a huge loss. Now the Apps are looking at 3rd and 10. There have been quarterback sacks everywhere.
8 minutes, 10 seconds to play.
They're on their feet at the big house.
Satterfield on 3rd and 11. Trying to scramble. He'll not get away this time. John Duncan and Billy Lyon.
Lyon and Duncan met at the quarterback. Satterfield sets his feet, and here comes the heat. Duncan's the first one to get there.
And Marshall has sacked Satterfield 3 times in the contest. 7.5 minutes to play. Marshall 3, Appalachian State 3. Gwynn to punt, standing at the 15-yard line.
End over end, there's some room.
Martin from the 33. Runs out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Martin on the return.
Pretty good contain. And Lando Johnson runs him out of bounds.
Gwynn with the 40-yard punt. 7:18 to go in the game. We'll be back in a minute. Back in Huntington, West Virginia. Let's go down to Kenny Bass. Kenny.
A lot of emotion flowing around here, Mike, but not in the Marshall offensive huddle. Chris Selfo, the offensive coordinator, talking to his guys. Very calm, very collected. They know what they've got to do. He was checking on assignments. No histrionics. He was very businesslike. He's very confident in the offensive line. Mike, Sonny?
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much.
Kenny Bass getting all the inside skinny for us down there tonight. Right on top of things.
Marshall with 274 yards of total offense. Appalachian State with 198. First down 10 for Marshall.
Shotgun. Screen.
Pass complete at the 30. Todd up to the 40-yard line. Darren Todd, the senior, picks up 5 yards.
Marvin Hodge makes the stop.
Gain of 5
You
yards.
fake the draw to the tailback. That squats the linebackers. Quick screen outside. And a 5-yard gainer.
Second down 5.
Option.
Pennington pitching back. Parker, 40-yard line, driven out of bounds at the 43. Clarence Sutton making the tackle and the hit.
There was a big-time clip there that got by some folks. 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Sonny, what do you do?
3rd and 2, what do you do? Give it to 36. You knock some folks off the ball and you give it to your horse. And if you're the Apps, you bow your neck. But Pennington, the freshman quarterback, wants to talk about it.
Marshall takes the timeout.
This is too crucial with 6:38 left in this football game.
While they talk about it, let's take a moment to look at the Budweiser scoreboard. Tennessee Chattanooga beats Western Carolina 35-14 in Chattanooga. Ohio State over Purdue 28-0.
The Buckeyes are for real. Notre Dame, big win over USC.
Oklahoma leads Kansas. Penn State 58-21 over Brown.
The Aggies. Tennessee Tech. 4-hit. Guess they thought they might have one there today.
New Hampshire shuts out Maine. Howard over North Carolina A&T down in Greensboro. And those are the scores from the Budweiser scoreboard. Jerry Moore, the head coach for Appalachian State in his 7th season. And Jim Donnan in his 6th season. Both have been very successful at their respective schools.
Two of the best in all 1AA football.
3rd down 2 for Marshall. There's Parker. Fumble ball is on the field, and Appalachian State has recovered at the 44-yard line. Jason Hatcher, number 44, comes up with the fumble recovery.
Parker bounces outside. Actually runs into his own man. Hatcher comes up with a fumble. A big turnover. They try to console Chris Parker, the Marshall's main man. Turnovers 2. App has 2, Marshall 1. But this is a huge one here with 6:33 left in the football game. Did I not say a long time ago turnovers would decide the outcome?
You did, Sonny. 44-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Fullback.
Handoff up the middle to about the 40-yard line goes Lance. Swafford in on the tackle.
I don't think you had to be a rocket scientist to figure out that this one was going to be so close that a turnover would decide it. They tried to pop the fullback on a quick hitter.
Appalachian State 3, Marshall 3, 6 minutes to play in the game. 2nd down 6. Satterfield will keep it up to the 34-yard line.
First down, it looks like they're going to spot that. This will be a first. Quarterback keeper Larry McLeod makes a stop for the herd. Just a quarterback keep. On the sprint. Satterfield stumbles to a first down. It'll depend on the spot.
Bringing the chains in.
That's a first.
Appalachian State now at the Marshall 34-yard line.
You got to believe about 10 more yards and they're thinking field goal. But they need another 10.
Jay Sutton's longest field goal of the year is 42 yards. 1st down 10 from the 34-yard line. Satterfield
on the keeper.
Pitches back. Scott runs out of bounds.
Penalty to be a late hit out of bounds. A late hit out of bounds. This is going to be a huge call. And I believe you're looking at the culprit. Tim Dempsey. Late hit. Another look. Scott Satterfield.
Dead ball foul. Personal foul, late hit. Automatic first down.
You can't hit them when they're outside that big white stripe. When you put your hat on there, it's going to cost you 15. You don't think Chris Parker's in pain? The great tailback of Marshall's? He knows he left it on the ground. He doesn't leave it on there very often, but it was a huge one here late in the 4th quarter.
Appalachian State now at the 15-yard line following the penalty.
Quarterback draw.
Satterfield keeps it 10-5, goes down at the 5-yard line. Dempsey and Smythe there to make the tackle.
That's going to be another first down, or very close to it. Satterfield limping just a bit. Runs the quarterback draw. First down. It'll be first and goal to go from the 5.
Satterfield continues to walk with a little bit of a limp.
Fullback.
Lance
he gets stuffed.
May have lost a yard. Billy Lyon hit him first.
Lance is the ball carrier.
Another look. Satterfield reverses out, hands to his fullback. Billy Lyon is not blocked. He stuffs the play. 2nd and 5.
4 minutes 35 seconds left in the game. Tied at 3-all. And Appalachian State has 2nd and goal at the 5.
Knocking at the door. Satterfield on the keeper.
Diving. Touchdown. Scott Satterfield lunges for the end zone and puts Appalachian State on top. 4:18 to play.
Is this a competitor or what? Reverse option. Comes down the line, fakes the pitch. Cohen misses. Dives in the end zone. What a competitor. And you can see the 500 folks or so that came from Appalachian, from Boone, that long trip. Right now they're on their feet and awfully excited.
Jay Sutton in for the extra point. He is 24 of 24 on extra points this year. And it's good. Appalachian State scores the only touchdown of the game to this point, with 4:18 left to take a 10-3 lead over Marshall.
The 2 big plays in that drive, you'd have to believe. Certainly the biggest play of all was the late hit out of bounds. And the additional 15 yards. Another look at the touchdown. Scott Satterfield reverses out, fakes to his fullback. You just almost know he's going to keep the football. Fakes the pitch to his tailback. But he's the guy that takes it in the end zone. What a competitor. And look at the folks across the way from Appalachian State.
Appalachian State has won 11 of their last 13 games, 15 of their last 18. And they are looking to do it here against Marshall. 6 plays, 44 yards, 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Satterfield going in from 5 yards out. And Appalachian State leads Marshall 10-3, 4 minutes, 18 seconds left. As you look at the Marshall sideline, that offensive unit led by a freshman quarterback will be tested here when they get the ball. Alan Gwynn from the 35-yard line.
The Herd hoping to answer. The Apps hoping to shut him down.
Over in kick. Thomas brings it out. 10, 15, 20. And we'll go down about the 22-yard line. Appalachian State getting emotional there.
There's a whole lot of extracurricular activities taking place down there right now. Duncan makes a stop for the Apps. And has got plenty of help.
Chris Parker returns to the field. Chad Pennington trying to get his offensive unit motivated, get them up.
If they don't get up now, they won't ever get up. They got to reach down for a little extra.
4 minutes, 10 seconds to play.
From the shotgun.
Pennington, good protection, throws it incomplete.
Now the receiver open, but it's tough to throw it when you got somebody draped all over you.
Ricky Carter, the intended receiver.
And Ricky Carter was open. Chad Pennington just didn't have a chance. 12 for 31, 149 yards.
Coming into the game, Pennington was completing 66% of his passes. Second down 10. Shotgun formation. Pennington going over the middle, incomplete. Will we get a flag? No.
Folks want a flag here in Huntington.
Intended for Thomas. Coakley was right with him.
Another look from the gun. You be the judge or be the official. Well, it was contact before the ball got there. You can go to the bank on that, but there was no flag. A huge third down here with 4 minutes left to go in the football game.
Third down and 10. 4 minutes to play.
Rushing 4 and covered with 7.
Pennington looking, completes it to Carter. 30-yard line, 35. Steps out of bounds and has the first down at the 37-yard line. Clock stops with 3:51 to go.
Tony Perry makes a stop for the Apps from the shotgun. Chad Pennington, the freshman quarterback, looking for that deep crossing route. Gets Ricky Carter. Kind of an underneath route. Carter breaks the tackle. He picks up the first down.
Ball on the 37-yard line. First down 10.
Here comes the blitz.
Pennington looking, finds Carter, but Carter can't hold on to it.
In and out of his hands. Chad Pennington did a heck of a job to evade the rush. Get Ricky Carter, who was coming underneath with the ball. Carter not able to hang on. Crunch time.
3 minutes, 46 seconds to play. Clock is stopped on that incomplete pass. Second down 10. Pennington, pressure up the middle. Trying to get to the outside. Goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line, but the official will let the clock run.
Chip Miller. The App to run him out. Pretty good coverage. Appalachian secondary. Little heat early. Pennington running for his life. Chip Miller makes the stop.
3:10 to play. Third down and 8. Marshall is 4 of 16 on third down conversions. Pennington in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back at the 30-yard line.
Did not have a chance.
Steve Carson, the first one there to make the sack.
Nowhere to go with the football. Pretty good coverage. And pretty good heat.
We'll look at it again.
Sets his feet. You can see right there, he just doesn't have a chance. Does not have a chance.
Chad Pennington will stay in the game, facing a 4th down and 17 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Marshall has 1 timeout left. Appalachian State has 2. Pennington going long. Martin is there, but it's overthrown. And Appalachian State will take over at the 30-yard line.
Another look from the shotgun. You just throw it up and you hope something good happens. If you're Marshall, ball overthrown. The Apps take over at the 30-yard line. Tough lesson. Boy, an awful lot to ask of a true freshman to come in here and play in a game this big early in his career. Just a hand back. You know they'll keep it on the ground. Will force Marshall to call a timeout, which they have. Scott just pounds it up inside. Well, it's been a whale of a football game. Two evenly matched teams. They battle all night long. Look at Chris Parker. You know he's disappointed. But one guy doesn't win it, and one guy doesn't lose it. You win as a team, and you lose as a team.
12:30 kickoff on Saturday, November 4th, when Marshall takes on East Tennessee State.
A look at the bench, and you know who trails by 7.
Appalachian State coming into the game as the number 2 team in Division I AA. Marshall number 3.
2 playing 3. Hard to get a better matchup.
Appalachian State will face a 2nd down 7 with 2:02 left in the game, and Appalachian State leads it 10-3. Satterfield will keep it. 25.
Look out.
To the 20. He may have the first down at the 19.
Depends on the spot. Scott Smythe makes a stop and saves a touchdown. You can see Satterfield over across the way there, getting the high fives. What a great, great competitor. That youngster can compete with the best of them. Realize there's a senior over there leading your football team. It's not over, but you got to believe that the folks from Appalachian got the upper hand. And who knows, these teams might meet again in the playoffs. But it won't be here. It'll be in Boone, North Carolina, if Appalachian holds on.
First down and 10, the give to Scott. And the clock will run now with 1:20 to play. Marshall does not have any timeouts left. Billy Lyon in on the tackle.
That trip back to Boone will be a whole lot shorter than the one up here. I can promise you that. There's the main man over there, Dexter Coakley. What a game he's had. I'm not sure I've ever seen a better defensive play in all of 1AA football. At least here this evening, he's as good as I've ever seen.
2nd down 9. 45 seconds to play. Right up the middle. The clock will continue to run. Marshall cannot stop it. Appalachian State is going to improve to 7-0 on the year, 4-0 in the Southern Conference. Marshall will drop to 3-1. Excuse me, 4-1 in the Southern Conference. 5-2 overall. And Jerry Moore starting to get a smile on his face.
You can understand why. This is a huge, huge win for the Apps. And certainly a disappointing loss for the Herd.
Appalachian State will finish with 241 yards of total offense. Marshall with 289 yards. But on the scoreboard, Appalachian State gets the touchdown in the closing moments of the 4th quarter to beat Marshall 10-3.
Appalachian State's Dexter Coakley, you don't think he's been a whale of a defensive player? 18 tackles and 7 assists.
That's unbelievable. He was all over the field. Let's head down to the sideline and Kenny Bass. Kenny.
Coach Moore, Jerry Moore talking to Tim Martin real fast, congratulating him for a well-played game, accepting congratulations from the Appalachian State backers. Coach Moore, this was called the biggest regular season game in Marshall Stadium history by the folks in Huntington. You guys came in and won. What about the victory?
Oh, I don't know if it's the biggest one in history. It's a big one for all of us down. I think it's just a terrific college football game. We didn't play very effectively sometimes, but we kind of got things done. Just a good, they got a terrific football team. We feel very fortunate to come here and won like we did. Defense, I can't say enough about the Warrior. The tenacity, I guess, of our defense. They hung in there good, fought them good. Satterfield just a gutsy football player for us. He kind of makes things happen for us, and just a bunch of great kids. And it's what college football is about.
How does this set you up for the Southern Conference Championship?
Obviously, right now we've got a little edge, but we got 4 hard ball games left, and we know that we shot ourselves in the head last year. And the last ball game is maybe that'll help down the line, but we know we got 4 tough ball games left.
Coach, congratulations. Safe trip back home. Jerry Moore, the Appalachian State Mountaineers, they get the victory here in Huntington, Mike and Sonny.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much. And it's interesting that Coach referred to that loss at VMI, an overtime loss, and that loss gave Marshall the Southern Conference Championship last year.
The folks from Appalachian felt like, and it did, cost them the Southern Conference Championship and handed it to Marshall.
So even though this game has been one that's been billed as the game of the regular season, you can imagine that you still have to win those other games coming up, or it loses its significance.
But you'd have to say that the folks of Appalachian are in the driver's seat right now.
They certainly are. So 7-0 now on the season, 4-0 in the Southern Conference. Marshall will drop to 5-2 overall, 4-1 in the conference. And Dexter Coakley is the Ashland Bank One player of the game. He was everywhere. 18 tackles, 7 assists. And he is the Ashland Bank One player of the game. Well, those folks who traveled in from Boone, North Carolina certainly have to feel that trip was worth it, Sonny. They drove up from Boone.
Well, you know, it was a whale of a football game. I really believe the difference in the game, of course, the folks from Appalachian had a youngster that was a senior competing at quarterback. The Marshall people, they had a freshman competing at quarterback. That's not taking anything away from either one. But the true freshman against a senior, that's a big swing, especially at the quarterback position. Both defenses played super. You know, the turnovers, they were costly, but that's all part of the football game. There's a great example. I talked about what a great competitor this guy is. Scott Satterfield fakes the pitch. He's going to take the ball in the end zone himself.
Certainly doesn't hook slide, does he?
No, he doesn't know what that hook slide's all about. He just wants to be the guy that's going to get him in the end zone. And, boy, he's done it just so very well.
Well, here's a look at the Bank One final statistics. Total yards, Marshall 289 over 241 for Appalachian State. Appalachian turned it over twice, Marshall just once, but that one turnover gave Appalachian the excellent field position. In time of possession, Appalachian State really controlled the ball offensively in the second half.
It was a dead even football game. Dead even between two great 1AA teams. Dexter Coakley, he had to be the star here this evening. I'll tell you what, if there's a better one out there, I'd like to know who it is. They can celebrate now and not get a penalty.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They'll have a celebration certainly en route home to Boone, North Carolina. Well, we're glad you could join us tonight from Huntington, West Virginia, where Appalachian State remains unbeaten in 1995, knocking off Marshall 10-3 at Marshall University Stadium. Good night.